Now since we have checked out all the conditional statements in Java, so it's time to summarize this topic. So let us check out the syntax of each of the conditional statements that we have learned so far. So first of all, we checked out the if-else and also the ternary operator in Java, how these two are closely related to each other. So the syntax for the if-else condition is use the if keyword followed by the condition and then write your code. And in the else part, use some other code that will be executed when this condition becomes false. As simple as that. So similar to the if-else condition, we have the ternary operator as well. So in case of ternary operator, we have this syntax: condition, question mark, expression 1 and then expression 2. Now remember, this is the basic syntax of the ternary operator. And in order to make your code complete, you need to assign this expression 1 and expression 2 to some variable on the left hand side. Otherwise, your code won't be compiled. So this if-else condition and the ternary operator in Java are closely related to each other, only the syntax is different. Proceeding forward, we saw the if-else-if ladder statement. So here we have if condition 1 is true, then execute the code here. Else if check for condition 2. If that is true, then execute the code within this block. If the condition 2 is false, then again go for condition 3 check. If the condition 3 is true, then execute the code here. If none of the condition at the top are true, then simply execute the code here if nothing works out. So else block is the default block of the if-else-if ladder statement. So you can define the if-else-if ladder statement as keep on checking the condition one by one. You must be thinking why we are calling it the ladder statement. Just because the code looks similar to the ladder. If this is true, then go for this. Else keep on checking the condition one by one till you reach the end, like this. And then proceeding forward, we have the switch case statement. So here is the syntax of the switch case statement. Within the switch, we need to write our variable name. And then we have to define our case 1, then case 2, and then the default case as well. And always remember to declare the break statement. Otherwise, your code will not work perfectly fine. Now, if you compare the syntax of the switch case statement to the if-else-if conditional statements, then you will find some similarity. At the bottom, we have some default code, and here as well we have some default code, and in rest of the part we are basically looking for some true condition in both the case of switch statement and also if-else-if ladder statements. So that is why we say the switch statement is similar to if-else-if ladder statements. And at the end, for your knowledge, if you notice, here we are using 1 and 2. Both are integer values. So why we are using the integer values? Because in our example, we only used the character value. So this variable that we are using here can be the int, character, byte, short, and even string. So this variable can be of the type of these data types that I have mentioned here. It can be the integer, character that we used inside the demo video, or it can be byte or short, and even some string. So you can use the switch statement as per your requirement in your program. And coming up next, we are going to cover some of the miscellaneous concepts related to all the topics that we have covered so far in this module.